3, 4. Burn it down! Burn it down! Burn it down! Burn it down! Power it down!
Rwl Sn Rl, a clash of Legend Division super heavyweights with Law and Disorder's Beast of the East, Bam Bam Bigelow, facing that disgusting tub of hog fat in a jockstrap, Vader.
Johnny, you cannot keep calling him that and not expect something bad to happen to you.
Tex, I don't give a flying.
Johnny, cool out.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the big boss man, weighing 375 pounds, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Our boy GB is still a bit salty about Vader shoving Sylvia Strong. That was months ago, man. Time to let it go.
Easy for you to say, Wally. Mrs. Cardell doesn't work here. But yeah, I'm still not done. Wreaking my vengeance on Rocky Mountain Fat Boy.
You gonna buy Bam Bam dinner too if he wins? Nothing. He's not saying anything, Wally.
His opponent from the Rocky Mountains, weighing 450 pounds, this is Vader. And does Morton have to give him such a big build-up? What's up with that? Disgusting glob of unrendered hog fat.
You know, GB, maybe Wally's right, you know. Maybe Wally's right. You know, in this business, once we squash something, everybody's even and you leave it alone. You do not have to keep buying dinner for every super heavyweight on the roster.
Yo, for real, gang. Time to squash that mess Big Dog. Besides, it just makes you look like the bad guy.
Yo, for real, gang? Anyway, Vader, back on the scene here. I'm in that big old, that mask and whatever the hell that thing is. That looks heavy and uncomfortable. I wouldn't want to wear that thing.
Does it really make me look like the asshole guys?
Yes it does. Alright, well, let us out, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at a Legends Division Super Heavyweight Clash of Monsters worthy of a Godzilla movie. All we need now in that ring is a miniature set.
And with the boss man at ringside, it could give Bam Bam an edge, even if that edge happens to urinate on the rule book.
Well, one thing is for sure, GB, when you got two guys this big and this heavy, the clash is definitely gonna be explosive. The referee sounds the bell and here we go. Bam Bam, right away with a gut wrench slam on Vader. Vader sweeps the leg on Bam Bam, takes him down, follows that up with a kick to the back. Vader rounds it. Oh, look at this, slammed right down again by Bam Bam Bigelow, followed up with a couple of stomps. Vader rounds him up over the shoulder. Nice power slam with a cover. Man, hardly barely a one. Vader responds with a kick and a stomp to Bam Bam Bigelow. The big boss man looking on. Double X handle across the back from Vader to Bam Bam Bigelow. Bigelow sweeps the leg on Vader, takes him down, follows that up with a kick to the back. Bam Bam taken down once again by Vader. There's another stomp. Vader looks like he's going to pay him back with that same gut wrench slam. Bam Bam Bigelow slams hard to the canvas. Vader follows that up with a stomp to the back of the head. And now into a shoulder claw on Bam Bam Bigelow. The big boss man looking a little bit concerned here. Oh, look at this. Bam Bam rolls up. But look at side suplex from Vader. Amazing how fast these big guys can move. Back body drop to Vader from Bam Bam. Bam Bam rounds him up. Gets a hold of him. Well, there goes the referee, Walt Rothburn. Well, he's not out to lunch. He'll be all right. Vader rounds up Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam counters with a kick to the gut. Vader puts the brakes on and slams him down one arm. Okay. Bam Bam Bigelow one more time subjected to the shoulder claw from Vader. Big boss man looking on. He ain't too thrilled with Vader neither. Vader puts on the brakes again, slams Bam Bam down again, turns him around, and oh man, well, too close to the ropes for a submission that time. Vader rethinks his strategy, drags Bam Bam towards center ring. Gets a hold of him. Oh, look at this. Wheelbarrow slam, face first down. Up over the shoulders goes Bam Bam Bigelow one more time. There's a Samoan drop dead center ring as Vader goes for the cover. 1, 2. Not even a 2. Barely just a 2. Vader doing a little bit of showboating here. Gathers up Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam takes him down to the canvas. Talking about bring it. And he does. There's a back body drop to Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam makes his way to the outside apron using the ropes to get himself up to a standing position. Vader charges and does nothing. Okay. Bam Bam back inside the ring. Here's a kick. Here's a double axe handle. And there's a clubbing clothesline to the back of the head from Bam Bam Bigelow to Vader. Vader rounded up. Vader counters with a shoulder tackle, takes Bam Bam down to the mat. Follows that up with a stomp. And Vader now gouging the face of Bam Bam Bigelow. Referee checking things out here. Bam Bam counters and slips his way out the back door. Moves in on Vader, clubs him with a right to the back of the head. Bam Bam Bigelow on for there. It is the DDT, a face plant for Vader. There's a stomp from Bam Bam Bigelow. Bigelow takes himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Turns himself around. Here we go. Boom. There's that Asbury Park right there. Here's a cover. 1, 2. But no. Vader still too powerful. Bam Bam Bigelow gathers him up. There's a double axe handle across the back. Bam Bam Bigelow looking pretty confident here as the momentum starts to shift again. Vader gouges his face. Clothesline takes Bam Bam down. Here's a quick cover. 1, 2. Another 2 count, says the referee. Vader delivers a kick to the back. Bam Bam Bigelow sweeps the leg, takes him down. Bam Bam drives an elbow into the chest of Vader. Rounds him up. Paying him back with the shoulder cloth. Man, these guys are matching each other move for move here. Vader sweeps the leg, takes him down. These 2 super heavyweights. Man, a little game of chess here. Vader rounds up Bam Bam, gets a hold of him. Bam Bam turns it around, shifts his weight, and avoids the suplex. Vader still laid out center ring. There's a kick to the leg from Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam turns him around. Drives the knee into the mat. Bigelow rounds up Vader again. With bad intentions. It's 450-pound slam. Powerbomb right to the canvas. Vader still counters and gets back up. I don't believe it. Wow. Vader, he's made of some stern stuff. Vader gets a hold of Bam Bam. Hangs him up off the top rope. Rounds him up out the throat. Bam Bam evades the move. There's a clothesline. Takes Vader down again. Wow. A back body drop from Vader to Bam Bam. Vader rounds up Bigelow. Here's a shot to the midsection. He's got him by the goozle. This ain't going to be good. There's a one-arm choke slam from Vader. And Bam Bam Bigelow looks to be laid out pretty good. Vader drags him towards center ring. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Hey, well, that was a short encounter. Vader picking up the win over Bam Bam Bigelow by pinfall.
The time, 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Vader. Miserable, lousy, disgusting, repugnant, freaking tub of lard, thong-faced, sunbish, and that whole jockstrap look is not it. Boy, I'd love to just whip his ass one-on-one if I could, man. Hate that spandex sweat hog, like the Iron Sheik would say. Fat King.
Oh, well. The day you take on Vader one-on-one in the wrestling ring and beat his ass is the day Colin Kaepernick becomes an NFL quarterback again. Oh, my. Folks, stick around. We got a whole bunch more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like ladies matches, we got you covered tonight. Death Boss Snoo time coming up with Dion the Titan is putting in a rare appearance on Snarl, and Angie Angel Guns defending the Women's International title at the close of the first hour. A whole lot of other great stuff coming up in between, so stick around. We got a whole bunch more RWL Snarl coming up the day you beat him. Oh my, Johnny, stop it.
Power
guys, we don't get to see her too often off of RWL Rage, but she is here tonight. Mrs. Hercules herself, Dione the Titaness, set to go one-on-one against the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington. Oh, this is gonna be gruesome.
This next ladies division contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, here is the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
She's beautiful.
It can't be argued that this jerk has some of the most egotistical, narcissistic, in love with themselves stars going. But Georgia Washington has to rank at the top. The Yankee Rose, flying solo since Kurt Angle declared his independence from her. But ever since, she's had some major matches that have elevated her presence, which of course, the Yankee Rose is all into. She loves smelling herself.
You know what I love about you, Wally? The way you deliver your material, the way you deliver this stuff, man. You remind me of Don Steele back in the day. If you don't know who Don Steele is, people, Google him. You'll find out. If you've ever seen the film Death Race 2000, you already know about Don Steele.
I've seen it, and he's absolutely right. Hell, you even sound a little like Don Steele.
Doesn't he, though? Go ahead, Wally. Do another one.
Oh, okay, but the Yankee Rose will probably just wind up getting her pedals crushed by the big bad Italian Testarossa, the former multi-time women's world champion, a real-life She-Hulk, who does 2-on-1 handicap matches for fun. It's beginning to look a lot like death by snoo time for Georgia.
I just love the way he does that, don't you, GB?
Her opponent from Milan, Italy, standing 6 feet 5 inches, weighing 265 pounds. Dione the Titaness.
It's been over a decade of destruction for Dione the Titaness, the former multi-time women's world champ. Oh, 6'5", 260 pounds over. We get to see her here on Snarl. Oh, man, there's that Death by Snoo t-shirt. Oh, man, kind of almost feel bad for Georgia Washington. I don't know if she's got very much of a chance at all. I mean, like you said, Wally, she likes to do 2-on-1 handicap matches for fun. So when you're down to just one opponent, I feel pretty bad for Georgia.
This Italian Amazon, the wife of Rage GM Steve Groves, has done some amazing things. Besides those handicap matches, we've never seen Lady Destroyer Sandra Dempsey since Dione unmasked her and chased her out of RWL for good. And she's been a key player in some multi-person matches because having her for a partner is as good as having extra partners. That woman's a machine, an engine of destruction.
And she looks fantastic in the barn. Alright, the question at hand is, will the Yankee Rose show Dione the Titaness the Rocket's red glare? Or will Dione the Titaness give her death by snoo? The bell sounds, here we go. A chop, another chop. Down! Look at this. Yankee Rose trying to take her down by her leg. Good luck with that. A clubbing right across the head, a double axe handle puts Yankee Rose in the corner. There's a right from Dione, and there's another one, and out falls Georgia Washington. Dione quickly making her way to the top turnbuckle here. Georgia Washington slowly making her way to a standing position. And here we go. Oh, clubbing axe handle right across the top of the dome for the Yankee Rose. Dione showing off the power here. Gut wrench slam. Georgia Washington catches a stomp. Dione the Titaness going to work on a down Georgia Washington. And she's in big trouble now. Here we go again. Another gut wrench slam for Georgia Washington. The Yankee Rose countering, trying to put out the fire here. Dione just shoves her away. Whoa! Jumping neck breaker out of no place. Man, that woman can move fast for a woman that size. Dione covers and hooks a leg. One. No. Georgia Washington finding her way out of that one. Running kick that glances. Dione shoves her back again. Has her up in the bear hug. And the ropes are pretty far away. Georgia Washington going right for the side of the head. There's a double ear shot. Georgia Washington tripped up by Dione. Dione shoves her back again. This is like, Georgia Washington, powerless. Dione the Titaness just going to town on this one. 1. Well, when you do handicap matches all the time, 2-on-1, I guess 1's easier. Whoa, another running kick right to the face of Georgia Washington. Dione has her up, slams her head first, snake eyes into the turnbuckle. Big Dione has her up against the ropes. Here we go, a running start, and there's a clothesline, and out goes Georgia Washington to the floor. Dione, ace in the ring, decides to go out after Georgia, gets a hold of her. Georgia Washington countering with elbows to the midsection of Dione. Quickly getting herself back inside. She don't want none of Dione on the outside. Georgia counters with a right. Dione shoves her back again. Georgia counters with a kick. Oh well now. Look at this. A submission hold. Georgia Washington trying to wear Dione down. Couple of shots to the side of the head from Dione. That just backed Georgia the hell off. Georgia Washington grappled by Dione. Quickly counters. There's a chop block to the leg. Georgia Washington's no fool trying to keep Dione off her vertical base. There's a disrespectful slap to the face from the Yankee ropes. A clubbing right. Dione rounded up. Whip to the far right corner. There's a splash right to the throat. Dione down on the canvas and looking like she's having some problems here. Georgia Washington fully going to exploit the advantage here, because she was getting walloped at the beginning. Momentum has definitely shifted towards Georgia Washington here for the time being. Dione drags center ring. Georgia winds up the legs. Oh, here we go. Reverse figure 4, but Dione powering. Oh no, she's trying to power out, but oh, look at this. She did find her way out. How about that? Georgia Washington climbs to the top right turnbuckle, waiting for Dione to stand up to that full 6'5" height. Here's the jump. Whoa! Oh man! I don't believe she just caught her and scoop slams her. Dione the Titaness. What a powerhouse here. 1, 2. Oh man! Georgia Washington still hanging on. Beating her feet on the Mississippi mud. Oh man! Misses with the jumping neckbreaker. Georgia Washington drives a knee into the back of Dione. Georgia slams Dione's head into the canvas, face first. There's a stomp to the gut. Winds her up, slams her down. Dione back up on her feet again. There's a stomp right to the shoulder, then a stomp to the gut. Those are some pretty big feet. Well, that's going to readjust Georgia Washington's vertebrae. Oh, man. The woman don't play around. Dione all the way up on the middle rope. Here we go. Big time crossbody. 265 pounds crushing. Georgia Washington 1, 2, but only a 2. Says referee Walt Rothburn. Georgia trying to get to her feet. Dione gets a hold of her by the hair. Quick counter by Georgia. Turns it into a back body drop on Dione. Georgia quickly covers. 1. Man, not even a 1. Yeah, she's going to have to work a hell of a lot harder. Georgia Washington with another slap to the face of Dione, and well, she's not going to take lightly to that. Dione seated in the corner. Here comes Georgia. Drives a knee into the chest of Dione. The Titaness steps out, steps back in for a reset, and whoa, there's a clothesline. Georgia ducks. Whoa, back body drop. Here comes Dione again. Georgia Washington taken into a spine buster. Okay. Georgia Washington dragged halfway across the ring by her ankle. Tossed and dragged, actually. Dione makes her way to the top turnbuckle. The flashbolts are popping. Boom! There we go. Elbow across the chest of Georgia Washington, and Georgia Washington is helpless against Dione the Titaness. Look at this right here. Elbow. Says, excuse me, and down she went down to the floor. Dione on a roll. Here's the ref starts to count on Georgia Washington, and Georgia Washington is hearing the pretty birdies and seeing all the stars.
Ready when you are, Rwl.
Dione doing a little bit of showboating here. As Georgia Washington finally comes to her senses. Gets back in. Dione gets a hold of her, has her up, draws a knee right into the skull of Georgia Washington, and I guarantee you she is gone. G-A-W-N. Dione covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. You could count to 1,000. Georgia Washington is done. Dione wins this one by pinfall. Let's get the official time.
The time, 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Dial the Titan-S.
Well, all right, in the Who Did Not See That Coming department this evening, Dial the Titan-S picking up a relatively quick win over the Yankee Rolls Miss Georgia Washington, and here it is right here on the replay. Boom, that knee to the skull did it, and I guarantee you Georgia Washington didn't remember anything after that. All right, well, folks, we got more RWL Sn Rl on the way. Tag team competition coming up with the Psychedelics when we come back. Boys, it looks like Myron Schimmelman continues to torture the toxic table. AJ Hawk and Boston Connor, for the first time tonight in a non-title match, will face the Freak and the Wild Thing Wayne Take, the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychedelics.
Man alive, Myron's really thrown Hawk and Connor to the lions this time.
The following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, both from parts unknown, weight unknown, AJ Hawk and Boston Connor, the Toxic Table.
They started that over on Rage, and I like it, so I'm carrying it over here. Timu Sammartino and the Hamble, the Toxic Table. Oh man, Myron's really putting them to the test this time. The Snarl Tag Team Champions. Now, that's a hell of a match. Titles or no titles. Yeah, the Toxic Table has faced a bunch of different tag teams, but the Freak and the Wild Thing. I don't know. Got a feeling this match might be really, really short, guys.
But Myron must be doing something right with this make-or-break deal he's doing with the Toxic Table. Because while I don't expect them to last very long, AJ Hawk and Boston Connor have displayed some occasional flashes of brilliance. Even I noticed it. Yes, they're taking things a bit more seriously in the training department, because it shows every now and then.
Their opponents accompanied by Sylvia Strong at a combined weight of 477 pounds. From Paducah, Kentucky, the Freak, and from Staten Island, New York, Wild Thing Wayne Take, the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychedelics. Sylvia's letting these lions loose on the unsuspecting victims in the Roman arena. I don't see how AJ Hawk and Boston Connor can possibly hang with the Snarl Tag Team Champions for very long. But if the Toxic Table brings it, the Psychedelics can, and do, play the long game. Freak and Wild Thing assured me this one's walk in the park.
Well now, from the mouth of the Freak and the Wild Thing, that's pretty much a guarantee. I really do not see the Toxic Table lasting very long either. This is going to be a wild one though. And Sylvia Strong in control of like the most gold ever, anywhere. All of her tag teams got gold, it's insane. Well, this is going to be a great matchup, a first time ever encounter between these two teams. Okay, it's going to be AJ Hawk and the Wild Thing Wayne Take starting off this first time ever non-title tag team match. Whoa, I can't wait. Walt Rothburn rings the bell, here we go. Wild Thing opens up with a series of shots, takes AJ Hawk down to one knee, clubbing overhand right, takes him down to the canvas. Wild Thing Wayne Take moves in, choke lift, and pitches AJ Hawk right way across the ring. Takes a cheap shot at Boston Connor too. Yeah, these guys take two people on at the same time, they don't care. Boom, whip to the Psychedelics corner. Wild Thing gonna take it himself. Turns Hawk around. Hawk counters with an elbow. AJ Hawk locks him up. Pretty nice hip toss from AJ Hawk. Hey, these guys have picked up some skills in the last couple of months. Wild Thing, whip to the opposing team's corner. And AJ Hawk yanking on that arm, using the ropes for leverage. Oh, man. Wild Thing in trouble here. Clothesline from AJ Hawk. Not doing bad for himself. Here's a quick cover. 1, 2. Oh, just a one. Just one. Wild Thing out on the apron. And in comes Boston Connor on the tag. He's going for the Freak. Takes a swing at the Freak, turns himself back around, gets a hold of the Wild Thing. The Wild Thing counters with a series of elbows. Wild Thing, Wayne Tague, whips him to the Psychodelic's corner, tags him with a beauty of a right. Has him up. Boston Connor in the Tree of Woe. He counters. Finds his way out of the danger zone. Wild Thing again. Whip to the Toxic Table's corner. Whoa! Sharp headlock punch from Boston Connor. Gets him into a headlock, tags him with another one, and down goes the Wild Thing. Boston Connor covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Just one. Wild Thing catches a stomp from Boston Connor. The Hamburglar not doing too bad for himself neither. Here's a stomp right to the face of the Wild Thing. The Snarl Tag Team Champions trying to lose a little bit of ground here to the Toxic Table. And who would have believed it? Wild Thing goes behind. Tags Connor with a shot. Whips him back to the Psychodelic's corner. Gets a hold of him. Has him over. There's a calf kick over the rope. Gonna leave a bruise. Wayne Tague whips him to the far right corner. Hard series of boxing style shots and a headbutt for good measure. Oh man. Okay, Boston Connor catches a parting shot from the Wild Thing as the Freak comes in for the first time in this matchup. There's a stomp to the midsection. There's another one. Just picking up where Wild Thing left off. The Freak covers. 1. Well, there we go. Just a one. Boston Connor gets a hold of the Freak. Gets him up against the ropes. The Freak turned around. Top rope choke from Boston Connor. And the Freak grappled again. Boston Connor whips him to the ropes. Drop toe hold. Up the Freak right on his nose. A little bit of showboating here from Boston Connor of the Toxic Table. Hard right forearm. Down goes the Freak again. The Freak rounded up by Boston Connor. Gets a hold of him, has him up. Pretty nice vertical suplex from Boston Connor. The Freak getting his arm stretched. Connor kind of on a roll here, decides to leave it right there and turns it back over to AJ Hawk. The Freak catches a clothesline and he wasn't looking. AJ Hawk gathers him up, gut wrench, into a powerbomb, sit out powerbomb. The Freak catches a clubbing double axe handle. The Freak gets a hold of Hawk, side suplex. The Freak back up on his feet first. AJ Hawk don't know he's coming. Here we go. Here's a shot to the back. There's a hard whip back to the Psychodelic's corner. Here's a tag to the Wild Thing. Here comes the double team from the Psychedelics. AJ Hawk goes for the ride. Back body drop as the Wild Thing takes over. Rolling elbow to the chest of AJ Hawk. Wild Thing goes for the pin. 1, 2. Just the 2. So says the official. AJ Hawk catches a right from the Wild Thing. Wild Thing gets a hold of him. Hard whipped into the opposing team's corner. Oh, look at that. Right to the store and then pitched right out to his side of the ring. Here comes the Freak. AJ Hawk is laid out. The Freak gets a hold of him. They lock it up. The Freak whips him right back to the corner. There's a hard right. And, a quick counter from AJ Hawk finds his way out of the corner. The Freak whipped to the ropes. A duck under from AJ Hawk. He's got him up. Pretty nice power slam. AJ Hawk grapples the Freak again. Whips him to the Toxic Table's corner. The Freak catching more torment on the arms, courtesy of AJ Hawk. Hawk smashes his head into the turnbuckle. The Freak on the receiving end of some business here. Clothesline. The Toxic Table trying to keep up here with the big boys. 1, 2. And not doing too bad a job of it. I guess they have done a little bit of growing in all them months. AJ Hawk's got him up. The Freak, quick with the counter, chop block to the knee, and down goes AJ Hawk. The Freak, ready to party here. There's a stomp to the back. Oh, well, just crushed his ribs. AJ Hawk trying to catch his breath on the ropes. The Freak with a right over the top rope out onto the floor. Almost at the feet of Sylvia Strong. Wild Thing brought in by AJ Hawk the hard way. The Freak back inside the ring. AJ Hawk locks him up. Whoa! Look at this. Oh, man. Choke slam, knees to the back. Well, there's something we do not see every day, as these guys been doing some serious training. Boston Connor comes in on the tag. The Freak on the outside, just coming to his senses. Wild Thing Wayne Tague is out of town for the moment. The Freak opens up with a series of shots on Boston Connor. There's an uppercut that takes Boston Connor down to the mat. Boston Connor catches a stomp to the lower abdomen. The Freak back in control of things as he decides to step out. Turns it back over to Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Boston Connor is on the ropes. Here comes Wild Thing. Wild Thing gets a hold of him. Pitches him out to... Wild Thing with bad intentions here. What's he gonna do? Oh, hard shot to the midsection with the boot. And drove him right into the apron. Middle of the, and doing that showboating out here for the fans in London. And they do love them some psychedelics out here in London town. Whoa. Oh, man. Power slam on the outside. Referee Walt Rothbarn counting. AJ Hawk looking on. Boston Connor rolled back inside the ring by the Wild Thing. A stomp to the leg. And yeah, the Toxic Table has lost the momentum right now. Wild Thing Wayne Tague puts Boston Connor to the Psychedelics corner again. There we go again. Butt bump. And just pitched out. And here comes the Freak. And here comes AJ Hawk. Fresh partners all the way around. Clothesline. Oh, wow. Clubbing overhand right. The Freak. Whoa, man. Took him down hard. Boston Connor back on his feet, trying to get the hell out of here. The Freak with the vertical suplex on AJ Hawk. Hawk rounded up. The Freak back in control of business here. Hawk whipped to the opposing team's corner. He's got him up. Boom! Scoop slam. The Freak taking it up to the middle rope. Here it comes. That diving clothesline at the Freak, that's his trademark right there. Boom! There's the calling card. Center ring. Down goes AJ Hawk. The Freak covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. I don't know how he got out of that one. AJ Hawk counters the whip and delivers a clothesline. Down goes the Freak. AJ Hawk with eyes on Wild Thing pitches him inside the ring. Oh, wow. Oh, this one's getting a little bit crazy. Boston Connor brought in on the tag. The Freak. Oh, there's the spear. And there's the cover, but too close to the opposing team's corner. AJ Hawk right there to break up the party. The Freak delivers another stomp to Boston Connor. Leg drop. Oh, right on the arm. Boston Connor struggling to get to a standing position here. Here's a right, and here's another one. The Freak says, I'm going to leave it right there. Here, you pick it up. Wild Thing Wayne Tague taking over. Taking control of this. Whoa! Oh, man! Went for the clothesline, got hung up on the top rope. Boston Connor trying to regain control of things here. Another vertical suplex to Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Wild Thing counters with a kick to the head of Boston Connor. In comes the Freak again. The tag early, tag often principle. The hallmark of the Psychedelics. The Freak tags him with a right. Gets a hold of Boston Connor. Into the corner he goes. Here's another tag. And here we go. Another double team coming up. Double clotheslines for Boston Connor. Wild Thing catches a shot from AJ Hawk. AJ Hawk counters the Wild Thing again. The Freak back at his corner, and Boston Connor's out to lunch. Boom! AJ Hawk brought in the hard way by the Wild Thing. He tags out. Here comes the Freak again. Sylvia Strong, just loving it all. Clothesline takes down AJ Hawk. And meanwhile, on the outside, Boston Connor gets a hold of the Wild Thing. The Freak delivers a stomp to the back of AJ Hawk. Boston Connor showboating over here. Meanwhile, the Freak up on the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Big time crossbody drop. Wow. This one has gotten out of control. Love it. Huh. Boston Connor tags the Freak with a right. Comes in. The Freak gonna deliver the goods to him this time. He's got Boston Connor up. Hangs him up on the top rope. AJ Hawk just coming to his senses. The Freak tags him with a right. Out goes Boston Connor. Wow. AJ Hawk rebounds out of the corner after the... Oh, man, what an Irish whip from the Freak. The Freak going to take it over here to Boston Connor. Says let the referee count. Oh, man, the psychedelics starting to light it up here. Oh, another rib crusher from the Freak. The referee continues to count. Whoa, and there we go. Oh, man. The Freak is absolutely on fire. AJ Hawk's just now coming to his senses. The Freak fails to connect with the rolling elbow. Boston Connor delivers the chop. The Freak pitched towards the timekeeper's area. There's a kick to the ribs. There's a stomp to the back. Boston Connor trying to regain control of things. There's a leg drop right to across the throat. Boston Connor trying to shift the momentum here and not doing too bad a job of it. Oh, man. And the ref is counting. Sylvia Strong is looking on. The Wild Thing's looking on. Oh, man. The Freak catching some hell on the outside here. The referee still counting. Boston Connor back in the ring. Oh, I think he just pissed the Freak off. Oh, Wild Thing tags Boston Connor. The Freak back in the ring. Gets a hold of Boston. Up we go over the shoulders. Hung up on the top rope. The Freak covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. No. Oh yeah, well that's it. That's it. The Psychedelics win by pinfall.
The time, 14 minutes and 11 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, the Psychedelics.
The Stronghold strikes again. The Freak and Wild Thing chalking up yet another W. But let's admit that the Toxic Table performed way better than anyone could have guessed. Seems Pat McAfee's boys have done a little bit of growing up. What a first-time matchup. Coming up next, Angie Angel Guns and the Women's International Championship.
To wrap up the first half tonight, it's gonna be Grace Fenwick of the UK ladies with an amazing chance to become Women's International Champion in her hometown. Only thing in her way, the current Women's International Champion, Angie Angel Guns. Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the OW All-Women's International Championship.
Well, sir, you hear that music and you know what time it is. It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas for the sadistic half of the UK ladies, Grace Fenwick, if she can take down Angie Angel Guns, which no one's been able to do since Angie relieved Jodie Boric of the Women's International belt just before the start of the summer. And the kickers that Grace Fenwick could very well become the new Women's International Champion in her home country. You can bet this wicked little viper's gonna pull out all the stops to try and take Angie down. And I hate to say, but she has the tools to do it.
And she is not shy about getting her hands dirty. You'll remember that last multi-woman match we had where she was swinging around baseball bats wrapped in 2x4s. Oh, she's a sadist, all right.
Meanwhile, Angie's gained some new family allies with Las Reinas Latinas, who remain undefeated, and so far, no one's shaken her grip on the Women's International belt. But with the stakes this high for Grace Fenwick, she's willing to give it a shot, and it really would be a dream come true for Fenwick. A nightmare for most fans, though.
Yeah, I can't imagine being really happy with Grace Fenwick running around as Women's International Champion. Really, you gotta tell you the truth, I don't think she's ready.
That's a harsh view for most, but I know you're seeing it with a general manager's eye. Grace Fenwick, for all her experience, still isn't on Angie Angel Gunn's level. But hey, she's up in the line. And what a chance of a lifetime if she can pin or submit Angie. Introducing first the challenger from Sussex, England. Representing the UK ladies, here's Grace Fenwick. Her opponent from New York City, she's the reigning RW All-Women's International Champion, Angie Angel. Hey, this capacity crowd in London seems to have some appreciation for Angie. The double a G turns the Women's International title over to Willie Johnson. Hoping it comes back to her after the final bell of this match.
I'm favoring Angie, cause I think Tex is right about Grace Fenwick maybe not being ready.
Man, it must be a real change of pace for Grace Fenwick to actually have some fans in the stands tonight. Well, here we go. Willie Johnson rings the bell. A knee to the head to Angie Angel Guns. Grace Fenwick starting off aggressive right here. Oh, double leg drop. Angie gets back to her feet. Grace Fenwick right there rounds her up hard with the forearm. Takes Angie down to the canvas. There's a wrist clutch knee. Angie. Oh, here we go. Grace Fenwick made a big mistake right there. Angie Angel Guns. I'll make her pay for it. Grace Fenwick on the canvas now. With Angie Angel Guns in the driver's seat. Women's International Championship on the line. Angie. Oh, wow. What a knee to the head. Angie quickly hopping up to the top turnbuckle. Grace Fenwick up to a standing position here. And oh, wow. What a neck breaker from the top. Oh, there's a knee to the head. Grace Fenwick on the receiving end of the business now. Overhand right from Angie Angel Guns. Angie with a double X handle across the back of Grace Fenwick. Off the middle rope. Man, flying fist. Grace Fenwick quickly losing control of this deal right here. She counters, delivers a stomp to the shoulder of Angie. A series of mounted punches, followed up with a stomp. Angie turns it around, but to a hard left to the face of Grace Fenwick. There's a stomp to the gut. Angie with another clubbing double axe handle, followed up with another stomp to the back. And oh, whoa, what an elbow right there. And oh, she did it again. Wow. There's a stomp. Angie Angel Guns turning it around real quick on Grace Fenwick. There's a stomp to the back of the head and another. Damn. Man. Angie. Countered again by Grace Fenwick. Fenwick rounds up Angie. Rebounds off the middle rope channel. Crashes and burns. There's a kick. Gets a hold of Angie. Vertical suplex from Grace Fenwick. There's a kick. Grace Fenwick trying to turn it around. Not having too much good luck so far, but here's a set of wrist clutch kicks to Angie. Another set of mounted lefts. Angie Angel Guns. Finding the tides have turned here. Grace Fenwick turns up that sadism dial to 11. Fenwick in control of Angie's center ring. Twisting both arms. And follows that up with those knees to the back. Angie Angel Guns losing control of things at the moment. Grace Fenwick has her up. Discus punch. And Angie goes right back down again. Grace Fenwick takes herself up to the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Oh, man, crushing knee. Angie back up again. Here's a kick to the midsection. A rebound off the middle ropes and a kick right to the face. And down went... Oh, man. 1, 2, 3. Well, that one ended abruptly. Angie Angel Guns retains the Women's International title.
The time 3 minutes and 32 seconds, your winner, and still Women's International Champion, Angie Angel Guns.
Fans Angie Angel Guns has been talking about having good genes long before Sydney Sweeney was, and those Guns family genetics just humiliated Grace Fenwick in front of almost 20,000 Londoners. Fans, the second half. Stick around. That is coming up next.
The nerve of Dakota and her bunch. They're crying to the front office that Gigi Dolan has to be part of a TLC match. So we're not canceling or backing out. You do want to close the Future Endeavors account, right? Sure I do, but I'm trying to focus on this title match with Power and Beauty tonight. So what do we do, Pats? You call the play.
I say we give them what they want. What did we do to the Bell Council just a year ago?
War games? Again?
War games again. I say we let Golden Hair get some on-the-job training. But we'll round up a quick fourth member before we leave the place tonight, with the deal signed.
I'm on board. But what about tonight, Frankie and Marta? They're good, D, but we're better, and we've already proved it twice. They haven't beat us yet, right? Hey, we go in with the usual game plan and stay with it. Let's make it 3 in a row, and maybe Power and Beauty forgets about us a while. Okay, Pats, you're right, but we better start calling in favors for War Games. Let's both get on that before we go home.
I've already got some people in mind. So let's do this match tonight, and get Power and Beauty out of our loop so we can deal with War Games.
Then that's the plan. Got it. Listen, I'll see you at match time. I'd like to talk to Tex for a minute.